The tools that you'll need in Photoshop, whether you access them by keyboard shortcut or by the menu bar, all live over here in this guy called the Toolbox. Now, as you can see, I can grab the gray bar at the top and place it where I'd like it to be in my interface. I can even dock the toolbox by moving it until I see a blue line, as you see there on the edge of the screen, and I'll do one over here and let go to dock it into place. These arrows here allow you to see the toolbox in the long format or, by clicking it again, in the compact form. Now, of course, that's really good for people who have a laptop computer, and if you have a large monitor, then of course you want to expand it out. The tools are arranged in little categories, as you see here, with these little lines that divide things. Now, it's not really a strict rule of thumb because you'll see that we have the type tool and we also have the pen tool next to each other. And they don't really do the same thing. But these are a nice way to organize things inside of the toolbox so that everything is not cluttered in one never-ending stream of tools. At the bottom of the toolbox, you'll see something called Quick Mask Mode. When you click on this button, you will automatically go into a paintbrush mode where you can paint a mask. Let me go ahead and just give you an example. I'll create something. I'm going to grab my brush and I'll grab a color. And I think I'll just paint like so. When I click here, I can then paint in red to enter a mask mode, and when I click again, I've just painted a mask. So that's what that will do down there. A lot of people think that's the way to go from different screen modes. So I'm going to press Command and Control D to deselect that. The tools that you'll find in the toolbox, of course, are your selection tools, such as your marquees, your lassos, your magic wand tools, move tool, your eyedropper tool to select colors, your cropping tools. Down here we have healing tools, so you can get rid of blemishes. The brush tool to paint. History brush, so you can paint backwards in time. You also have a clone stamp tool that lets you also clone over areas and works in a similar function as the healing brush. We have our eraser, gradients, and our traditional photography tools such as dodge and burn, blur, sharpen, smudge, all these kinds of tools here. Our vector tools, of course, are our pen tool, so we can create our own paths. We have our type tool. We have some shapes that we can draw. Path selection, so when you draw something with the pen tool, you can choose the path with this guy here. We have our 3D tools right here, so we can manipulate objects that we create in 3D. We have some tools here that allow us to get the hand tool so we can click and move our document around. And we can rotate the view too, so I can rotate the canvas and draw the way that I'm most comfortable. We also have our zoom tool. And by the way, once you're finished with the rotation tool, just go ahead and hit escape to return to the normal view. And we have our swatches here. This guy here in the front is our foreground color, and this one is our background color. So I can choose to change the background color to something different, and click this arrow here to change between these two colors. So I can grab my brush, paint in green, click here, and paint in the other color. I can also get the same functionality by hitting X on my keyboard. So this is what the toolbox will do for you. It contains all the tools you'll need to create artwork inside of Photoshop CS4.